Good morning, guys. It's the next day in Berlin. It's actually our departure day to Venice. Just grabbed some pastries next door. I tried to use as much German as I know, Guten Morgen. And then after that, I think they just thought I only spoke German. Because they spoke to me in German about how to pay for it. I'm like, this is how much it should be. I hope this is enough. So I'm gonna go head back to the hotel and hang out with Chris before we go. Checked out of our hotel, waiting for our Uber to pick us up and take us to the airport Schönefeld. And then we have a flight to Venice, which is about an hour and a half, I think. See you then. That noise. They got a shuttle for us. Well, guys, we made it to Venice. However, getting transportation to our hotel is a nightmare. Like, we tried to get on this bus. The bus driver says, oh, okay, the tickets are that way. So we go to where the tickets are. It's locked. Okay, so we're like, okay, well, let's look around. So we go downstairs to the metro. They have a ticket machine. Ticket machine doesn't work. So now we're just like, okay, we're just going to stay in Venice, go to a hotel later, get some pizza right now, and then see what happens from there. That thunder like goes for a while. Good morning, guys. It's about 9 a.m. in Venice right now. We just got done eating breakfast. Right now we're gonna try and find a way back into Venice. I don't know if the hotel we're staying at has a shuttle that we can use. They should. I don't know. Everything with them we have to book in advance, so who even knows. But we're gonna go to a bunch of different museums today because it's supposed to be more thunderstorms, so we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, we're back to the hotel. It's been a long day, so let's talk about what happened in Venice today. So we got up, we had breakfast, then we went to the front desk to see like, hey, can we get a shuttle to Venice? And they were like, no, you just have to take a bus. And okay, we're like, oh, okay, well instead of taking a bus, because the buses, we couldn't get a ticket on the bus, we decided to go rent bikes. So we go to rent the bikes. That was easy. The lady was super nice. She said, oh, well, you'll just pay later. So we took the bikes, and we were trying to get our bearings on how to get to the ferry to get to Venice, because you can't get to Venice via bike because you have to get on like a freeway of sorts. So we go back and forth for a couple hours, and then we finally make our way to the ferry. And we're like, oh, we gotta buy tickets for the ferry, okay. We go on the app, and then we buy a day pass so that we can use the boats and the bus to get back to our hotel. Easy peasy, right? So we wait until the ferry gets there. The ferry gets there, and they're like, oh, this isn't a ticket. You actually have to go to this place to go get a ticket. And we're like, okay. So we go to the place that they tell us to go to, and they're like, we don't know what this is. And at this point, we're just like, what the f***, Venice? Like, at this point, we're just so mad because nothing in Venice is convenient. And, like, we went into it thinking that, because, you know, us Americans are about convenience. And, like, up until Venice, everything had been convenient at all the other countries you've been to. Everything makes sense. But in Venice, it's just like, nah, they just kick the shit out of you before they let you do anything. So we sit there for a minute. I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, the situation's f***ed up. And she's like on the verge of tears because she's like, oh my gosh, I want you guys to enjoy Venice. Like, sorry this all happened to you, because we had plans to go to like the Doge Museum, go to the St. Mark's Cathedral, and then go to the St. Mark's Tower. But we were running so far behind schedule, and we had to return the bikes because the bike place closed at 7 p.m. and by this point it's almost 1 p.m. So we try and get a refund for the day passes that we got. We don't know if we're gonna get that yet. And then we go buy tickets with the guy for a round trip pass from Venice all the way back to the ferry that we departed with. So that all works out. We get to Venice. We're just kind of pissed off at this point. We haven't eaten. It's almost 2 p.m. and we're just upset with how things have been going. So first we go to find the Doge Palace, because we want to at least go to the Doge Palace. By this point, we had reservations at St. Mark's and the St. Mark's Tower, and we're just like, well, we'll just skip the St. Mark's Cathedral because it was only €3. So we find the Doge Palace. Everything's great. Venice looks great. Then we go to this Italian restaurant. A little expensive, but we managed to eat lunch and everything's good. Then we go to the Doge Palace. Dude, the Doge Palace is like a freaking maze. You could get lost in there. Thankfully, they have everything routed out, so that was pretty nice. Put a bunch of photos of that on the gram. And then we went through the Doge Palace in about 30 minutes. And we're like, oh, okay, well, it's about time to go to the St. Mark's Tower. So we go to the St. Mark's Tower. We find where we need to go. Everything's good. We go to the top of the St. Mark's Tower, and we take a bunch of pictures, videos, all that good stuff. Then we go back down, and what did we do after that? And then we're like, we have to hurry back to the boat, but we're like, we're gonna miss the 4 o'clock boat because we were getting out of the St. Mark's Tower at 4 o'clock. So we're like, okay, well, we'll just go through it. We don't have to rush. And then we found this really cool contemporary art museum that had like a Chanel stormtrooper helmet. It had like these 3 monks that were made out of like something that looked like diamond. That was pretty cool. And then we go to where the boat is departing, and lo and behold, the boat is still there. So we catch the boat early, which is great because the entire time we're thinking like, how the f are we gonna get these bikes back? in time so that like we don't feel like assholes. But luckily we caught the boat on time, which was great. We caught the boat early, so we got back to the mainland about 5 o'clock, and then it only took us about like 40 minutes or so to get back to the bike stop, and everything was great. So aside from yesterday and this morning, everything else was great. Although me and Chris have agreed that of all the places we've been to so far, Venice was definitely the shittiest. Because it's just, everything is just so complicated in Venice. Nothing is straightforward, and it's just... And honestly, Venice is just a tourist trap. Like, no one actually lives there. It's just all for tourism, which is great. But, like, I don't know. It's not about it. I enjoyed biking through the Italian countryside. That was pretty cool. So, yeah, guys, that was our day. We're just going to chill at the hotel. It's about 7 p.m. Yeah, this is like one of the only outros I've done so far. So, thanks for watching the vlog of Venice. I don't know how good it'll be because we were a little frustrated both days, but I hope you guys like it.